Hey y'all, my name is Craig Allen and I teach at Winthrop University, and this video is meant to make your NATS audition video just a little bit better and a little bit more in tune with the NATS standards. So this video is going to cover three things. First thing, how you dress. There was a study done by Dr. Sandra Howard out of Keene State College that basically addressed our perception of what we see affecting how we hear music or how we adjudicate. And in the study, she had singers divided into 5 categories. Category 1, well-dressed and good deportment. Category 2, well-dressed and no facials at all. Category 3, t-shirt and jean casual and great acting. Category 4, t-shirt and jeans, no facials at all. And then number 5, black screen. And we, as music educators, adjudicated them much like we would in a solo ensemble or NATS setting. Then Dr. Howard took the results and, drumroll, who do you think won? Good acting and well-dressed. Number 2, though, was the black screen. And basically what we can learn from this is that we as judges can be affected by what we see. So, what does that tell us initially from the study? Number 1, that if we dress for the job that we want and act the song like it's supposed to be acted, we're probably going to do a good job. Conversely, if we have something about ourselves in the video that's going to detract from our beautiful singing and our beautiful acting, that can work against us. So, moral of the story, dress for success and do your best. But here's the twist. All 5 of these categories were lip synced, which reminds me, hold that thought for later on in the video. So essentially, she took a study that fooled a bunch of music educators because there was clear delineation between the markings. So, what does that mean for you? Look your best. Well, okay. I saw this worked on TikTok. Hold on. Oh, that's wrong. Hold on. That's better. Now, we'll move on to category 2. Number 2, setup. Few things that you want to think about before you even start recording. Where do I place everything? For live accompaniment, I want you to think of a right triangle, where the camera is in front of you, and your accompaniment is to your left or to your right, depending on where your pianist is. If you're using speakers, same thing. Put your speaker to your left or to your right, and then the mic is in front of you, so that's what we're picking up. Second thing to think about is, where are you standing? In a lot of self-tapes for musical theater, we see online hips up, just like the first part of this interview was. But because this is a singing competition, we want to see you from your knees up if possible, because your posture matters, and so we want to see you from the knees up so that we can give you the best feedback that we possibly can. Next. When you record, you want to find the best place that's going to amplify your sound naturally. Because we can tell when you edit the sound. Naturally. What I mean by that is you want to find the best place in your house, at your school, in your church, that's going to have the best acoustics. This is what I have access to. But I have also recorded in my bathroom before with a blank wall. No one knows it's your bathroom. No one can see your toilet. You're okay. So, when you record, pianist to the left, to the right, a little bit behind you, same with the speaker. And you either have your camera going or your camera and mic. Disclaimer, don't edit your sound. This video isn't going to talk about syncing your sound with a mic and a video, but that's okay if you have a mic that you can sing with. What's not okay is to add autotune. Who wants to hear autotune? Add reverb. That's why you want to record in a room that has that already there for you. We want to give you feedback on your natural sound, not your ability to sound edit. We can tell. We can tell when you add auto-tune. Everyone can. So the next thing we're going to talk about is a little bit more advanced in terms of placement for your camera. I am currently using my cell phone. If you have a better camera, great. If you don't, cell phones, these newer generation cell phones work really well. You want to find where the dry and the wet sound meet. So the next slides that we're looking at come from Dr. Matt Edwards from Shenandoah University, and we are very thankful for him allowing us to use these slides. So the first thing that you see is a singer singing. Woohoo! That's what we're here for. And what you see in the black arrow is their dry sound. And in this dry sound, that is your original unedited sound. So for this next slide, with the red arrow, that is what we call the wet sound. It's all of the places the sound bounces. So as you see the next slide, if we put the mic too close to the singer, all we are going to get is the direct, dry sound. In terms of speech, this is a great place to put the recording because we don't want much reverb when we speak. But when we sing, it's a little much. It's a little too dry, and it doesn't give us the ambiance of the room. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Okay. Going to the next slide, as we see here, it picks up mostly the reflected signal if the mic is too far back. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. So really, if you've ever seen Goldilocks and the Three Bears or read it, you know what's coming next. The just right position is where the dry meets the wet sound, where it picks up the direct and reflected signals equally. That is where you would want to place your mic. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. And if you have the ability, putting the camera just a little bit closer to you so it can see just you and nothing around. But as we've already talked about, we are wanting to see the knees for the NATS videos, but for musical theater self-taping, it is from the waist up. So the thing to think about in this scenario is that you are in a room that has a good acoustical sound already, a church, a tiled room, not with a lot of carpet. And number two, and here is kind of the fun part, you do a lot of takes until you find the ideal sound that you want representing you in the NATS competition. So, a couple of things before we wrap up. Number one, when you're setting up the video camera, make sure it's eye level. The worst thing that we can do as singers is set it up so low that the first thing that we see in the video is your belly button. Keep it at eye level because remember, the eyes are the window to the soul. Number two, trim your video. It's a small thing, I know, but one of the things that is a little disconcerting when I'm watching a video for the first time is when I see someone's nose hairs so big because they're pushing record on their cell phone themselves. Only thing that we need to see at the beginning is your beautiful slate, singing beautifully, and then finally ending with the final chord of the accompaniment. We don't need to see a close-up of your face pushing record or watching you travel back and forth. So, let's review. Number one, dress for success and perform your best. Number two, check what is happening in the video so that you're not capturing anything that you don't want people to see. Number three, place your mic and/or camera at the place where the dry and wet sound meet so that we can have the best representation of what you sound like. And that's it. You'll find in the description below the official NATS guidelines for YouTube recording, but I hope this video helped you just a little bit more to have the best recording that you possibly can for YouTube videos. See you at the competition.
Bye, y'all.